Today's broadcast is being brought to you by Crossroads Community Services Board. Crossroads is having their Children's Mental Health Awareness Day, Saturday, May the 3rd, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Tom Scott Park in Amelia, Virginia. That's 16441 Five Forks Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002. This will be a day filled with free family fun, bouncy houses, face painting, popcorn, and games, plus resources for parents and much, much more. Food vendors will also be available, and the first 150 guests will receive a free meal. So make sure you come out and support the Children's Mental Health Awareness Day from Crossroads Community Services Board. Crossroads Community Services Board is one of 39 Virginia Community Services Boards. Crossroads offers community resources for mental health, developmental disability services, substance use disorder counseling, drug prevention programs, family therapists, and much more. Crossroads services the counties of Amelia, Buckingham, Charlotte, Cumberland, Lunenburg, Nottoway, and Prince Edward counties in Virginia. If you would like to reach out to the administrative services, you can reach them by mail at 60 Bush River Drive, Farmville, Virginia, 23901, or by phone at 434-392-3187. They're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Also, their national line is 866-307-0370. Any emergency services 24/7 is 800-548-1688. And if you need to reach out to the National Suicide Crisis Line, just dial pound 988. Legacy Financial Wellness with Rita Stewart. Let Rita help you safeguard your family's future while you focus on living your best life. Discover the peace of mind that comes with having the right financial plan in place. Rita Stewart is a dedicated and experienced financial professional ready to guide you on your financial journey. Her expertise lies in helping clients create a robust and enduring financial foundation to build on into the future. So you can reach out to Rita Stewart by phone at 804-677-7555, on Instagram at Money Matters NT, on the World Wide Web at LegacyFinancialWellness.com, on Facebook at Legacy Financial Wellness, or at her personal email at rita.stewart@5ringsfinancial.com. Legendary Kulture Films, one of the hottest and upcoming movie production companies, would like to let you know about a couple movies that they have out currently, and one of them on the way. First, the movie Black Sheep, currently airing on Tubi, is about a young hustler trying to make the transition from the streets, becomes an outcast and the target, and it turns into war in the city. It is a great movie. If you want to catch it, it's on Tubi right now. Another great movie that's coming to Tubi soon, Legend Has It. It's about a young warlock seeking revenge on his mother's killers, an action-packed thriller that will have you out of your seats. Legend Has It is coming soon from Legendary Kulture Films. And a new movie in development, Boys in the Woods. That should be a very interesting one coming from Legendary Kulture Films. Bernard's Towing. If you find yourself in a jam and need help getting your vehicle out of a tough situation, Bernard's Towing is there to help you get your car where you need it to be. Remember, call us once and be hooked. You can contact Bernard's Towing at 804-380-2774 or at 804-495-5111. Hello, everyone. Darrell Owens, LegacyMaker Sports Network, of course, with the man, the myth, and the legend himself, Mr. Lamont Thomas. We are here for our second game of the day. The first one is in the books. George Washington getting a 65-44 victory over Loyola Chicago. Second game, we've got St. Louis, the number 10 seed, taking on the number 15 seed, St. Bonaventure. The fun part about this game, they faced off one time this year, and the 15 seed, St. Bonaventure, was able to get a 68-66 victory over St. Louis. So they kind of have a little bit of an advantage with the win in their grasp, but only 6 wins in the season for St. Bonaventure. What are the Bonnies going to have to do to beat Coach Rebecca Tillett and this team today?
Well, I think they're going to have to be careful not to have a lot of turnovers, Darrell. Like you said, they have beaten St. Louis, and it's one of their only 2 Atlanta 10 victories, right? So they know that they can do it, and they have it in them. So they're going to have to play near flawless basketball to have a shot at this one.
Last year, we saw St. Louis go on a magical run in this tournament. They got all the way to the semifinals, and unfortunately came up a little short against a really tough Rhode Island team. This time around, they lost a little bit of firepower. They still have Peyton Kennedy. That one's for our boy Russell. Will be here a little bit later, but yes, so they still have her. They still have some really good pieces. Brooklyn Gray, a young lady who has shown off from time to time. In the last game I saw him play, she had a great game. She got in a little foul trouble. Tierra Simon, who also had a great game in that game when I saw them play against Richmond. So very intrigued to see what St. Louis is able to do today.
Yeah, they have ballers. As you said, Kennedy, we know what she can do. Tierra Simon, these young ladies, they ball for St. Louis. And we saw even in their loss last year to, was it Rhode Island, they put up a fight.
Yeah.
I mean, they put up a fight, and they're not going to be an easy out for anybody in this tournament.
So, game number 2, 30 seconds away. Unfortunately, no visual, but we got you on the audio front. So if you need to listen to the game, you're in the car, you're somewhere in the house walking, you're like, I just need to listen to the game.
Tune in.
We got you. We got you for this one. But next on the LegacyMaker Sports Network, the St. Bonaventure Bonnies taking on the St. Louis, I was about to say Rams, Billikens. Yes, the Billikens, the scariest mascot in the Atlantic 10. I'm not ashamed to say it. We'll be back in just a little bit. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineups are being announced as we speak. And right now, the St. Bonaventure Bonnies, that's a mouthful to say from time to time. But starting lineup for St. Bonaventure, we got Mackenzie Pellinelli. She's starting at the point guard, averaging 4.6 points per game. Danny Haskell. Haskell can shoot the lights out when she gets going. St. Louis has to watch out for Haskell today because she could be a really problem. Danny Haskell averaging 13.3 points per game. Zoe Shaw playing the other guard position at 10.9 points per game. She's had a really solid year for the Bonnies, so you definitely got to watch out for Shaw. Hannah Richardson playing the other guard position, so they got a 4-guard front here. And then they have Caitlin Frost, number 21, at the 4 position. She will be the young lady in the middle. For St. Louis, you have Hannah Wallace at the guard position, and then another Kennedy Calhoun, one of the fastest and quickest guards you're going to see in this conference, and she is pesky. She averaging 4.1 assists per game, but that 10 points per game has been crucial. Maya Glanton will be at the small 4 position. Tierra Simon will be at the power 4 positions. Tierra Simon can be a problem. She can shoot the ball from the outside. Watch out for her.
Very versatile.
Yes, and then last but not least, Peyton Kennedy, who had a great tournament last year, so she knows how to shoot the basketball in this building. First of all, Lamont, St. Bonaventure, who are you looking forward to seeing on the floor today?
Watch for the freshmen. So last time they played Xterior Anumel, right, from Houston. This freshman led the team in scoring 16 points the last time they played St. Louis, right? So she was a key unprepared, right, resource for their victory. So watch out for her. Watch out for the young players here in St. Bonaventure.
Then for St. Louis, like we talked about, they got an array of talent. Who's got your eye heading into this one?
Well, obviously it's going to be the two big ones between Kennedy and Tierra Simon. Tierra Simon's so versatile, right? To be a forward, she can handle the ball, she can shoot it. She's so unselfish. She has a high IQ, and she can dish the ball out to open players. So you got to watch her with the ball in her hands.
So, yes, we've got a good one coming for our second matchup. The St. Bonaventure Bonnies, the number 15 seed, taking on the number 10 seed, St. Louis Billikens. And, look, we still have another game ahead of us with VCU, hometown team, taking on the LaSalle Explorers. That was a game that was a couple weeks ago, or last weekend, where LaSalle got a win. So we still got some tight games coming our way here in this tournament. This first round, 3 games today, 4 games tomorrow, 4 games Friday, 2 games on Saturday, and the championship game on Sunday. So as the starting lineups continue to be announced, once again, we'd like to thank everybody for tuning into the LegacyMaker Sports Network for our broadcast today. And also make sure you check us out on all of our social media pages. You can reach us in a couple different places. You can head to our website at www.legacymakersports.com. You can hit us up on Facebook and LinkedIn at Legacy Maker Sports Network, on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Legacy Maker Sports. And I still call it Twitter. You can call it X. That's completely up to you. I'm old school at this point.
It'll always be Twitter to me.
It'll always be Twitter to me as well. I don't know anybody that really calls it X except for Mr. Elon Musk. With that being said, you can check us out on Twitter at LegacyMaker SPN for great content. Now, also today, you get a chance, head on over to the website or head on over and check out some of our coverage of the ACC championship. Women's championship down in Greensboro, North Carolina. We got a great crew down there for the network. Arturo Jones, Xavier Jones, the man, myth, and the legend that is Joe Dillard Jr., and Travis Cheek. They will be covering everything for ACC for the next 2 weeks for the network.
Absolutely. Tune in, Legacy Maker Sports Network. Always good coverage.
We try our best.
Everything you need. Sports and entertainment, we're here.
Sports and entertainment. We got a good one on our hands here. It's going to be an interesting one because St. Bonaventure does have that win advantage over them, so they know how to beat this St. Louis team. We'll see if they can make it happen.
Yeah, it's so tight here in Atlanta 10. It's so crazy how, St. Louis dropped that game, but then they turn around and beat that George Washington team that we just saw a week after that.
And that's the interesting part. I mean, they were able to still get a really tough win against them. So these lower seeds, you just never know what's going to happen. Never know what's going to happen. And here we go. The tip for game number 2 here in the tournament. And the winner of the tip, the Billikens.
The Speedy Calhoun.
Oh, she is going to be a defensive problem today. The only problem, though, turnovers. She, because of her speed and how talented she can be at times, sometimes she's a little faster than herself. The turnovers can kick in, so you have to watch out for that today.
Simon misses. It looks like she's going to get called for the loose ball foul there.
And that'll give St. Bonaventure the basketball. So early in this one, St. Bonnie with the basketball. And up the floor they go is Zoe Shaw. Shaw being guarded by the lengthy Hannah Wallace. 6-foot-tall freshman. Look at the length. She can cover a lot of the basketball floor.
Long wingspan.
It really causes trouble for guards. And as we speak, she gets a steal.
There she goes, right on cue.
Wallace looking at the basket. Will kick it out to Simon. Simon driving with the right off the glass to get the first 2 points in this one.
Tierra Simon, so crafty, so versatile.
She's the one.
Points of the game.
She's the one that could be a true
I definitely
problem.
think so.
You gotta watch out for Simon. Haskell inside. Looking, and that one is going to be a little too high. Goes over the rim, and the Billikens take control. As Kennedy will back it out and slow things up. Let's try to get something set up for the Billikens. Swings it on the wing to Simon. Over to Wallace. Calhoun takes a couple dribbles, swings it to Payton. Kennedy, and it's a little bit off. Hits off the right side of the rim. Haskell with the rebound. Haskell's going to be the one that's going to have to lead the way on the offensive front for this Bonaventure team.
Definitely.
She can shoot the three well, and that one's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with St. Bonnie. 2-0 early in this one. 7 minutes and 56 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, can't help but notice the size down there for the Bonnies. Hannah Richardson, 6'1".
6'1" for Richardson.
And her assignment's going to be Tiara Simon today.
It's going to be a tough assignment.
Definitely.
Simon will give it over to Calhoun. Still calling out some direction as she moves towards our side of the basket. And then she looks inside, high off the glass. A little too high. Rebound here by the Billikens. And we got a battle as Glanton was fighting for her life down there.
Yes, she was. She got the offensive rebound, but couldn't get the left-hand putback to go.
A couple of interesting subs in for St. Louis. As you see Brooklyn Gray, who I'm telling you, another person that is going to be a problem. The last time I saw her play, unfortunately, she got in foul trouble when they were playing against Richmond. So if they can keep her on the floor, she's a huge problem for the St. Bonaventure Bonnies.
Also high IQ, very versatile too.
Richardson was trying to get it over.
Nice pass.
Oh, misses the first attempt, and Brooklyn Gray with the block. Caitlin Frost tried to do a little something underneath the basket there, but that one is sent away. And
yeah, the freshman was wide open underneath the basket, and she had a good look, but she couldn't get it to go.
Isabel Tillett also entering the game here. Daughter of Coach Rebecca Tillett for St. Louis. As we see Caitlin Frost head to the free throw line. 2-0 as St. Bonnie tries to get their first points of the contest. And the first free throw is a no-go.
Yeah, Caitlin Frost at the line here.
And Frost on the year so far shooting 58.3% from the free throw line. And you can't miss both, and she does.
Yeah, the freshman from Quebec.
Calhoun.
Calhoun.
Gray swings it, pump fake. Simon. Richardson playing tight defense against Simon. They get it inside to Glanton. Oh, excuse me, my apologies. That was Shivers.
Yep. She was too far into the basket, couldn't get it to go. Now the Bonnies have it up the floor.
There's a missed rebound by Gray. No, excuse me, that was Shavers. Shavers was another player from last year that gave a lot of people problems as Gray knocks down the free throw jumper. She gave them a lot of problems in the tournament last year. And that's the thing. This team has a lot of players from that team from last year that made the run. They know how to play in this building.
Oh, yeah.
They know how to win in this building. This is also a team that went into the WNIT and won it. And so you know that they know how to play in postseason play. You got to watch out for St. Louis.
Yeah, they got some vets and again high IQ players. And this is amazing that the Bonnies were able to beat them in their meeting. But Haskell is the one who went off with 21 points. And coming off the miss from Zoe Shaw there, who was wide open for three.
I love Gray's game because and there's Calhoun off the glass for two.
Speedy Gonzalez.
I love Gray's game for one reason. It gives you a lot of playground visual. And what I mean by that is just get on the court, just dust you off the court, give you a little crossover move, and just make you look bad. And that's what she can do with her game.
Yeah, she's so crafty. Oh,
Danny
there
Haskell.
It is. That's what I was talking about. Haskell, they're going to go as she goes, right? She had 21 points in the first meeting. I misspoke. She was the leading scorer for the Bonnies when they beat St. Louis earlier this year.
She definitely will be the key. Her three-point shooting ability will be something to watch out for. Shavers inside, double teamed immediately. Peyton Kennedy knocks down the three. That one's for you, Russ.
Every time, every time.
And so Kennedy, who was very impressive, made the all-tournament team last year. Well, I know I picked her for the all-tournament team. So,
Peyton Big Shot.
So a 9-3 lead early for St. Louis. So it looks like we are at our media timeout. 4 minutes and 51 seconds left here in the first quarter. And the Billikens have an early 9-3 lead over the St. Bonaventure Bonnies. We'll be back here in just a second here on the LegacyMaker Sports Network. Today's broadcast is being brought to you by Crossroads Community Services Board. Crossroads is having their Children's Mental Health Awareness Day, Saturday, May the 3rd, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Tom Scott Park in Amelia, Virginia. That's 16441 Five Forks Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002. This will be a day filled with free family fun, bouncy houses, face painting, popcorn, and games, plus resources for parents and much, much more. Food vendors will also be available, and the first 150 guests will receive a free meal. So make sure you come out and support the Children's Mental Health Awareness Day from Crossroads Community Services Board. Crossroads Community Services Board is one of 39 Virginia Community Services Boards. Crossroads offers community resources for mental health, developmental disability services, substance use disorder counseling, drug prevention programs, family therapists, and much more. Crossroads services the counties of Amelia, Buckingham, Charlotte, Cumberland, Lunenburg, Nottoway, and Prince Edward counties in Virginia. If you would like to reach out to the administrative services, you can reach them by mail at 60 Bush River Drive, Farmville, Virginia, 23901, or by phone at 434-392-3187. They're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Also, their national line is 866-307-0370. Any emergency services 24/7 is 800-548-1688. And if you need to reach out to the National Suicide Crisis Line, just dial pound 988. Legacy Financial Wellness with Rita Stewart. Let Rita help you safeguard your family's future while you focus on living your best life. Discover the peace of mind that comes with having the right financial plan in place. Rita Stewart is a dedicated and experienced financial professional ready to guide you on your financial journey. Her expertise lies in helping clients create a robust and enduring financial foundation to build on into the future. So you can reach out to Rita Stewart by phone at 804-677-7555, on Instagram at Money Matters NT, on the World Wide Web at LegacyFinancialWellness.com, on Facebook at Legacy Financial Wellness, or at her personal email at rita.stewart@5ringsfinancial.com. Back we are, as we see Hannah Richardson heading to the free throw line here for the Bonnies. She gets the first. So St. Bonnie now making this a 9-4 game. Richardson tries to go 2 for 2, and she does.
She's going to have to be big for the Bonnies if they're going to have a good shot at this one.
Look, we know they won that first game, but they're going to have to pull out all their resources for this St. Louis team. Now, St. Louis has had a rocky last 10 games, 5 for 5 in their last 10 games. It's been back and forth with little inconsistencies here and there. They've had some tough matchups. And they see if they can pull it out as Wallace with the jump shot. And that's off the rim, and Haskell will take advantage of it for the Bonnies.
A good defensive stop there by St. Bonaventure. They finally stopped St. Louis, who made their last 3 field goals before that one.
They've been on a roll. Richardson driving inside. Nice little move. Hits off the front of the rim. Rebound by Brooklyn Gray. Gray looking up the floor for Peyton Kennedy. It was knocked away. And now Gray had it at the top. Calhoun over to Kennedy on the elbow. She runs into a little traffic. Gray, little pump fake move, and that comes straight to us. I think I got it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Yep.
We knew that it rolled in our direction.
I got you. I got the loose ball, coach.
Here's the thing. Last year, this was the hot corner. I don't know how many times
it always comes
a
over
player
here.
flew over here. The basketball came our way. So hopefully we don't get hurt during this. If you hear one of us go down, just know we're sorry.
I got you, coach.
I appreciate you. 9-5. Bonnie's with the basketball. 3 minutes and 42 seconds. Haskell, crossover move. Nice in between the legs. Gets it out. The Frost back to Haskell. Her 3 is a no-go. And a rebound by Anumeli. So Anumeli.
Oh, what a pass.
Wallace, who's trying to get inside. Peyton Kennedy for 3. Off the back of the rim. And a rebound by Frost. And the Bonnies up the floor, down by 4. Tries inside, and they kick it out. As Richardson looks for Frost, and we got a traveling violation.
She stepped a little too soon.
Too many steps.
Yeah, she stepped before she put it on the floor.
So right now, the Bonnies have had their, up until the substitution, have had their starting 5 in the entire time. But now in the contest is Gabby Robinson Ford in the game for the Bonnies. And there's Simon trying to fight through a slew of Bonnies. Oh, Simon didn't like that.
She laughed. She knows that they had a chance. Her and Kennedy were working it down low, but St. Bonnie's got their hands in there enough to send it the other way.
Yeah, she didn't like that at all. She thought it should have stayed with them. The Bonnies with control here with 2:36.
Oh.
The 3 is knocked down.
Pettinelli.
Mackenzie Pettinelli.
She's actually got a big assignment here, too. She's banging down low with Simon. She hits the 3 on the offensive end.
That's a tough assignment. That's a tough assignment. Simon looking inside to Kennedy, and that bounces off Kennedy's foot.
The ref closest to it says it's still going to stay with St. Louis right now.
So we'll see. Nine to 8. St. Bonnie.
A pretty young team. Pettinelli's also a freshman from Collegeville, Pennsylvania.
6 freshmen on this team. 2 redshirt seniors and 4 juniors. No sophomores.
No sophomores.
And off the glass, Calhoun
with the left hand
makes this an 11-8 game. Shaw over to Pettinelli. And Haskell's floater goes over the basket, but it will stay here with the Bonnies.
Yeah, it was last touch by Wallace. 2 minutes left here in the first quarter, or 1 minute and 55 seconds rather. 11-8, St. Louis leads.
So in a minute 55, Pettinelli tried to get it over to Shaw, but the long outstretched arms, can't get the word out, of Hannah Wallace. Another player who I think can be really good in the A10 for a long time. She just, if you look in the past, the Billikens that we've seen, they've had some tall, lanky players that have been extremely athletic and made an impact in the conference. I think Hannah Wallace will be the next. Shaw's 3 knocks it down. This game is tied.
And what a pass by Pettinelli, who drove baseline.
Anumeli tried to go flying towards the basket, but Glanton
was able to. Nice pump fake by Glanton.
Yeah, Glanton was able to grab it and put it in for 2. 13-11. Zoe Shaw has a very unique jump shot. Definitely reminds me of an old school basketball player.
Yeah.
Calhoun over to Simon. She thought about it, then drives inside with
tough.
the right. Can't get it to go.
good.
And a rebound by Robinson Ford.
Oh, the steal.
Oh.
Oh, man. They
And
started to take it off and went right into the hands of Anumeli there.
yeah, so that'll put the Billikens, they may put the Billikens on the free throw line here. That'll be Simon. Tierra Simon, who has had herself a really nice career with the Billikens.
Yeah, I think Anumeli's going to be the one at the line. They have to switch that up.
Oh,
Yeah, she's the one who got the steal. And she's the one that led Darrell St. Louis in points 16 the first time these teams played, even though they came up short. That was her breakout game there as a freshman.
She knocks that first one down. Looking for number 2 here. She's led the team in scoring 3
gets
times.
them both.
So led the team in scoring 3 times this year.
Oh, yeah. She can hoop. Straight out of Houston, Texas.
You know, they make them different in Houston.
Oh, Pettinelli doesn't get it to go, but she's fouled beyond the arc.
And Anumeli got over there a little late. And then she bumped Pettinelli. That'll send her to the free throw line here. Chance to make this a 1-point game if she can knock them all down. And Pettinelli heading to the free throw line here for the Bonnies.
Oh, the first one's in and out.
It's a tough one right there. She misses the first. So far, she's a 70% free throw shooter on the year. From Collegeville, Pennsylvania. The 5'10" guard misses the second.
Free throws.
And everything is so important. Every shot is so important here in this tournament. You can't miss. You got to be careful. The slightest anything could just ruin your whole tournament.
And Macy Smith comes in the game from Strasburg, Virginia.
Strasburg in the building.
Back home to VA.
I have played a couple times against people from Strasburg. They did not go well. So freshman year did not go well. Brickman, great spin move, pull-up jumper near the middle of the A10 logo. And Simon got the rebound.
Her and Robinson Ford battling for that thing. Such a smooth move by Gray, though. With the spin move and the off of one-leg jumper. It's what you're talking about. Her game's so fluid.
I told you, it just screams L.A. out on the blacktop, giving people the business. Simon with the Tim Duncan bank off the glass for 2.
Fundamentals.
17-12.
5-point lead for St. Louis now. We'll see what St. Bonaventure does as the game clock and the shot clock seems to match.
Yeah, so this should be the last shot unless they rush it. Shaw has got a 3-pointer on the day. Pettinelli driving. The ball is knocked away with 5 seconds, and there's a scramble on the ground.
It's going to stay with St. Bonaventure.
Even though Kennedy Calhoun was the one that was the last one on top of it, the jump ball is called.
You know if she's in the mix.
Yeah, she's going to be.
Every loose ball, she's in the mix.
She is feisty. 17-12. Yeah, with 4.5 seconds left here in the first period.
4 seconds on that shot clock for St. Bonaventure to get a shot off here. Let's see what play they go with. Almost a 5 seconds. She gets it into Shaw.
Pettinelli, and it's going to be short. That's going to be just a little short. And that will send us to the end of the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen, with the score. The St. Louis Billikens 17, the St. Bonaventure Bonnies 12. So, Lamont, what are you seeing so far in this first quarter?
Well, if you're St. Bonaventure, you got to be happy that, both teams aren't shooting that well. They're 30%. St. Louis is 37%. But you're only down 5, right? So they're doing what they can to hang in there with the Billikens so far. And they just got to keep those main players from St. Louis at bay.
Both teams right now shooting
around 30%. The Bonnie shooting 30%. St. Louis shooting 37%. Rebounds are close. Here's a difference, just like the last game. Points in the paint. St. Louis 10, the Bonnies 0. So they're not getting any production inside right now for the Bonnies. Well, we'll be back in just a second here on the LegacyMaker Sports Network. As you can tell behind us, the same Bonaventure Bonnies band is getting nasty. So while they get nasty, we'll take a break. We'll be back here on the LegacyMaker Sports Network.
Legendary Culture Films, one of the hottest and upcoming movie production companies, would like to let you know about a couple movies that they have out currently, and one of them on the way. First, the movie Black Sheep, currently airing on Tubi, is about a young hustler trying to make the transition from the streets, becomes an outcast and the target, and it turns into war in the city. It is a great movie. If you want to catch it, it's on Tubi right now. Another great movie that's coming to Tubi soon, Legend Has It. It's about a young warlock seeking revenge on his mother's killers, an action-packed thriller that will have you out of your seats. Legend Has It is coming soon from Legendary Culture Films. And a new movie in development, Boys in the Woods. That should be a very interesting one coming from Legendary Culture Films. Bernard's Towing. If you find yourself in a jam and need help getting your vehicle out of a tough situation, Bernard's Towing is there to help you get your car where you need it to be. Remember, call us once and be hooked. You can contact Bernard's Towing at 804-380-2774 or at 804-495-5111. Dream Clean LLC with Darrell Jones. They do commercial, residential, move-in/move out, post-construction, and organizational services. You can reach us at 804-933-5314. And remember, you can get a Dream Clean with the Dream Team. Dream Clean LLC.
Well, as you can tell, we're back. And if you can't hear the St. Bonaventure band getting nasty behind us, little Lauren Hill.
Little Lauren Hill.
Little Lauren Hill in the building.
Education.
Come on now. Lamont, school him a little bit.
Little doo-wop.
Yeah. Let me not hit the notes.
Okay.
It's too early. It's too early. With 17-12, St. Louis up by 5 over St. Bonaventure here as we enter the second quarter. All right, so here we go. Here we go. St. Louis up by 5. As Calhoun will get it over to Simon. Simon takes a couple dribbles, hands it off to Kennedy. Kennedy back to Calhoun. Calhoun, nice move in between the defenders off the glass with the left.
The defense, beautiful.
Woo.
Beautiful vision there.
Nicely done. 19-12.
St. Bonaventure want to get those turnovers down as they turned it over 5 times to St. Louis's 1 in the first quarter.
So we see Macy Smith, number 3, the freshman coming in. Also, Tamar Verduport. I may have destroyed it, but she is also now in the game for St. Bonaventure.
Tamar Verduport from the Netherlands.
Yeah. The Netherlands known as one of the great international powers when it comes to football. I don't want to offend no fans out there.
Right,
Stolen by Calhoun. All the way to the glass with the left, 2 points.
Too easy. If you get Kennedy Calhoun the ball in space, you might as well just take it out the basket.
Another team that from the lower ranks that could be very dangerous in this tournament, the St. Louis Billikens. They are extremely well coached, and they have veteran players on this team. They got a 9-point lead currently here in the second. Smith gets in a little trouble.
throws it away.
Yes,
That's going to be the 7th turnover so far for St. Bonaventure, and that's the key to this. They have to keep those down.
Yeah, and Pettinelli was the intended receiver, if I may, and she wasn't able to bring that one in. But St. Louis trying to continue to extend their lead here by 9 early in the second. Simon was looking for Hannah Wallace, but the ball knocked away, but Peyton Kennedy knocks it down.
So her and Simon set that up. After the ill-advised pass that they got a hand on, she not only made the pass, but she set the pick. So Kennedy could just knock it down like she usually does.
It's very impressive. Peyton Kennedy, in the last game I got a chance to see her play, when they played Richmond, struggled. Didn't score any points, just didn't have a great game. And there was a part of me that said, once she gets back in this building, it's going to be a different story.
Something about this.
Something about the building.
Sports and Event Center that makes Kennedy hit trifectas.
Yes, I mean, and right now she's got 6 points, 2 for 5 from the field, also 2 for 4 from three-point land with 1 rebound in 8 minutes of play. So with this timeout, St. Bonaventure down by 12, Lamont. They haven't taken a shot so far in this quarter. So what do you want to see them do offensively to kind of get it going?
Well, they got to get some looks at the basket, right? Like we said, they came out and they started off with 5 turnovers in the first quarter. They came out and turned it over twice in one of the first 2 possessions. So they're going to have to make sure they take care of this ball. You're not going to be able to climb back in it if you can't score it. You can't put it in the hoop. So
100% true. 100% true. And, you know, St. Louis has done a good job so far of getting these rebounds, getting on the break. They've scored 9 points so far over turnovers, 9-0 on the turnover front. And you mentioned the 7 turnovers so far by St. Bonaventure to St. Louis's 1. So right now, St. Louis taking care of the basketball, being very strategic in their shot selection. And, you know, like you said on that last Kennedy 3, how they set up the 3 for Kennedy. So right now, great basketball from St. Louis.
Yeah, St. Bonaventure is going to need to. They're going to need to offset the other Kennedy in this game, and that's Kennedy Calhoun. She is right now controlling this game with her intensity and her aggressiveness. And she's got 8 points, right? She's 4 for 5. And most of it is just defense and laying it up and quick moves to the basket. And St. Bonaventure is going to have to stop that or this will get out of hand.
Yeah, and I don't, to be honest with you, from what I've seen so far, I don't know if they have that person that can slow her down. I mean, she has got off to a really good start for this team. And 8 points, 4 for 5. And she is leading this team the way she's done all year.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to try to go with length or they're going to try to go with the quickest player, but whatever the case is, they're going to have to pay a lot of attention to Calhoun if they want to stay in this one.
So as we get a little bit closer here, we are in game 2 of 3. We saw our first game where George Washington able to get a nice win over Loyola Chicago 65-44 in a game that was close, and then it wasn't close anymore as the third quarter hit. Then also we saw, we're watching this game now, we got VCU and LaSalle. That will end the day. That one is a 5 o'clock tip. Here we go back, second quarter, 8 minutes, 25 seconds. St. Louis up by 12, St. Bonaventure basketball.
And Zoe Shaw with it now, trying to make something happen. And I think Brooklyn Gray knocked that off of her. Yep, that's going to be another turnover for the Bonnies. Steady hands of St. Louis's Brooklyn Gray there.
It's a good job there, just poking. Great defensive effort so far.
Like Facebook.
Yeah, most definitely.
I don't know if y'all remember that one.
Old school. Do they still do pokes on Facebook?
I don't even know.
I don't even know. I think you can only do it if you go from the computer browser.
Probably.
Don't ask me why I know.
Uh-oh.
Kennedy for 3. Got it. Peyton Kennedy. Saw a little Michael Jordan tongue stick out there from Peyton Kennedy. She's feeling it right now.
Might as well give him the shoulder shrug at this point.
Might as well. 27-12. And it's the Peyton Kennedy show.
Oh, that's a travel.
The St. Louis bench is feeling it right now,
Yeah,
Lamont.
that's Frost's second one, and St. Louis knows that they have this momentum swing right now. They're having fun out there.
Yeah, and they remember last year. They remember the run. They remember knowing that they were just a game away from going to the championship game. Yes, they won the WNIT, but, man, punching that ticket to the NCAA tournament would have been sweet. Kennedy driving inside, pull-up jumper, and that one's off the glass. Haskell with the rebound.
And that was a box out for Haskell. She boxed her woman out, if you will, all the way to the free throw line to get that rebound.
Shaw over to Robinson Ford.
Uh-oh.
And it is taken. Simon knocks it
out.
away. Another turnover. Tillett.
Almost came to you.
Man, I didn't know. Simon for three. I'm not going to lie to you. It looked like it was coming this way. I was like, just got to be ready just in case. The Bonaventure, the Bonnies up the floor. And it's 27-12 as they try to slow down the St. Louis momentum.
Yeah, you got 7 minutes left in the second quarter, Darrell. And if they want to stay in it, they're going to want to try to cut that 15-point lead, probably back down to single digits if possible.
Yeah, it's a tough goal right now. 10 turnovers for the Bonnies.
Oh, nice move by Shaw. Zoe Shaw.
So Shaw
from Australia.
27-14.
Nice right-hand layup there.
Kennedy looking inside for Gray and 2 points.
Beautiful backdoor cut by Brooklyn Gray. And Kennedy finds her.
Shaw will give it off to Richardson, and Richardson with a nice pull-up jumper from the A10 logo.
That was a nice pick, too. Somebody went down on that thing.
Yeah, they did. That was a little bit rough. 29-16. Tillett over to Simon. Simon pulling for three. Got it.
She's too comfortable.
Tierra Simon knocks down the three.
She looked at the basket like, that. You guys going to have to get closer than that.
Yeah, you can't just give her that shot. 16-point lead by St. Louis. Another pick has sent someone to the ground.
Richardson that time on the receiving end.
A nice little move there by Frost, but it's knocked away by guess who? Tierra Simon.
All over the place. 7 seconds left as St. Louis knocks it out of bounds.
Yeah, so we got a couple of Billikens making their way to the floor. Bree Johns making her way on the floor along with Shavers, and I'm getting used to Shavers from last game. Shavers, and also Blanton making her way back into the game. Oh, Haskell. Oh, and a charging foul.
Oh, wow. I don't know if she made it there, but.
And Johns is loving it. She jumps up into the air. I think I saw one of those 1980s jump in the air freeze pose things going on there by Johns. But
and
the momentum
fired up.
Yeah, the momentum right now
and
for St. Louis.
Tillett had a moment just now. Looks like that might have been something they've been talking about, getting your position on defense.
32-16. St. Louis is in control. Calhoun calling out some direction. John will pop to the top. Over to Kennedy on the wing. Kennedy back to John. Back to Calhoun on the wing, who tries to drive on the baseline, but great job by Zoe Shaw. Kennedy for three.
No good, but they're going to get Richardson for the foul.
Yeah, that's going to send Kennedy to the line for three, and I'm not going to lie to you. It looked good from here.
Yeah,
it just didn't fall.
And after she knocks a couple down like she has, Darrell, they're going to want to step out as much as possible to keep her from knocking it down, but a little too aggressive for Richardson, it looks like. Looks like they're going to call it on the floor, though, and not a shooting foul.
That's very intriguing.
That was very different.
Because it definitely looked like she was in the act of shooting. 32-16. Calhoun goes off the pick. Tries to thread the needle to Johns, and it's taken away by Frost. Frost over to Shaw. Shaw with a nice little crossover move to kind of get Calhoun off balance. Now Bonaventure struggling to keep the basketball, and Peyton Kennedy up the floor, and that's going to be a traveling violation.
Yeah.
She knows it.
Yeah, she had 3 on 2. She had the numbers, and her eyes just got so big.
You can see it. She hesitated.
Yeah.
She thought about taking it, and then she had 2 of her running mates beside her. 4 minutes and 47 seconds left here in the first half. It is all St. Louis. Haskell, ooh, she did a good job of not leaving her feet.
Yeah, she almost turned it over.
Rebound by the Billikens. Flying up the floor. Calhoun pops it over to Wallace. Back to Calhoun on the wing. She thought about the three. She takes the three off the front of the rim. And Richardson goes climbing on John's back to get that rebound.
She took on all comers, including her own team on that one.
She was like, I will get the rebound. 32-16. Shaw trying to work against Calhoun. Calhoun doing a really good job of keeping Shaw close.
Pesky.
Pump fake move here. Richardson, the ball's tapped away. She falls on the ground to try to save it from the Billikens. Shaw, three. Got it.
That unorthodox jump shot you talked about.
I'm telling you, man, it is old school.
She got it to go.
Bill Cartwright.
There it is. Over Sam Perkins over the head looking
Sam
thing.
Perkins, there you go.
There you go.
There's the one I was looking for. 32-19. But, man, remember, big Sam Perkins used to be so
he
smooth.
could knock it down from back out
on
there.
the basketball floor, man. Like, is it true? He, to be honest with you, and I know a little off topic, but you watch Sam Perkins. Sam Perkins is like the first stretch four.
Yeah,
he's
definitely.
like the first stretch four.
Old
like
school back in his time.
True stretch four.
So big, you shouldn't be able to shoot it out there, right? Like,
right.
Him, it's like Robert Ory type.
Just able to just do amazing things. As the Bonnies have the ball after turnover there by St. Louis.
Ball, yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Excuse me, jump ball. Now Shaw inside to Frost. Frost dealing with two Billikens. Oh, nice shot.
That's her second three of the game, and now it's a 10-point game. So St. Bonaventure with a couple back-to-back baskets, and that's going to be a timeout by Tillett. She does not like what she sees.
It's a good timeout by Tillett, especially with the momentum for the Bonnies kind of creeping up, but that was a tough shot by Pettinelli.
It was. That's a 6-0 run.
She had like three people in her face. At least that's the way it felt. And she knocks it on the baseline. Like you said, 6-0 run. But here's a rough thing. 3 turnovers in the last 3 minutes for St. Louis. They were doing so well. And they haven't scored. They were doing so well of taking care of the basketball. Call it broadcaster jinx. I apologize. At one point, it was 10-1 in turnovers. Now it's 12-4.
Defense creates good offense. And that's what St. Bonaventure has just executed to try to stay in this thing.
And so it's St. Louis up by 10. The Bonnies not going away just yet. We still got plenty of basketball here from the Henrico Sports and Events Center in Henrico, Virginia. Gray to Calhoun. Johns takes a couple dribbles. Inside.
Tough.
And Umeli.
Tough lay.
It's enough to win by Umeli.
Yeah, she's not playing like a freshman right now.
Inside to Richardson. Richardson, trying to work some magic there.
Foot got caught up. I didn't know if they were going to get the foul or the travel, but it looks like she's going to draw a foul there.
Yeah, Gray wanted that travel, and she wanted it bad.
Did.
She looked over and was like, hey, man, this is like, you don't see that travel?
Let me get that.
So 34-22, 2 minutes and 50 seconds left here in this first half with a 12-point lead for St. Louis. The Bonnies now with Hannah Richardson, the freshman, 6'1" from New Zealand.
Knocks down the first.
And, the A-10 is famous for their international talent. And we see a lot of their talent come from New Zealand, Australia.
Australia's a big one.
They have a lot of international flavor in the Atlantic 10. 34-24, 2 minutes, 45 seconds, as St. Louis has the basketball up by 10.
Oh, turnover.
Another turnover here by the Billikens.
Wallace throws it right to Pettinelli. And now they have a chance to cut it to a single-digit game.
You see Frost battling inside. Nice move, but good job by Simon.
Too big. Simon says, not today.
Calhoun behind the back, kicks it out to Simon. She thought about it. Pump fakes, hands it off to Wallace. Wallace, jump shot. Count it.
Pretty.
That was silky smooth by Wallace.
Cold jumper by Frost.
12 points. Once
by
again,
Wallace, I'm sorry.
Oh, and Wallace on the steal, driving with the right, and it took a couple of weird bounces on the rim. And now Shaw battling for the rebound. Now she's on the move. 36-24, down by 12. Shaw kicks it out to Richardson. Back to Frost. Haskell drives inside. Kicks it over
Nice
to Richardson.
dish.
I will
Couldn't
say
get it
this.
to go.
I will say this about Richardson. She's done a really good job, to me, going in the lane, not afraid. She's fighting down there, but
Yeah.
Simon and them are not letting her get anything.
Between Simon and Wallace, they're too big down there, but she knows that how tall her task is, right? And as you can see, she is giving it all she has underneath for St. Bonaventure.
Yeah, I think a part of it is maybe she's hoping that she can get him into foul trouble. Maybe she can work something on that front. But right now, no-go. St. Louis up by 12, and defensively, they've done a really good job. They've shut them down in the paint. I mean, right now, it's 18-4 in the paint. St. Louis's way. Shaw looks across the court. She's got Frost, who hesitates, but knocks down the three.
She said, let it fly. And there's your single-digit game right there. 36-27. It's a 9-point game. Ooh, Calhoun almost travels with it.
That was tough. Now, starting to get a little similarities to last game, where a team that was struggling offensively and, heading into the halftime or getting close to halftime kept it close, and that's what the Bonnies are doing right now.
Yeah, both teams are shooting a little bit, decently, 44 and 47%, but St. Bonaventure 75% from three-point range, right?
Yeah, and
6 for 8.
see if they can keep that rolling. Down by 9.
It's getting physical down low here.
Yeah, you can see
Brooklyn Gray and Patinelli.
Oh, nice pass.
Oh, gosh. They just did some things that constitutes as war in my eyes.
Yeah, that was rough. That was rough.
What a pass, though, to find with that Calhoun under the basket.
And Gray did such a good job of creating the space. 38-27. 33 seconds left here. Haskell trying to drive. She tries to go, and Payton looks for the charge, and they give it to her.
So, listen, St. Louis, ref just had to tell St. Louis to sit back down because as soon as they saw,
they already knew.
As soon as they saw her hit the ground, they all jumped up for the charge call. They get fired up for laying their bodies on the line.
Yeah, and that's a representation of their coach.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing to see. Back-to-back postseason championships for this St. Louis team. They won the A-10 back in 2023. They win the WNIT last year. This is a championship team. Do not let the record fool you. They know how to play when the times get tough. 38-27. 15 seconds left as there's no shot clock.
Calhoun's telling them exactly how this is going to play down. She told them where to go, what's about to happen. They're creating space, moving it around, but
Bergstrom
there it goes.
Floats it.
Oh, she couldn't get it to go with the left hand.
So that was Mia Bergstrom that tried to get it over to Kennedy, Calhoun Kennedy. Kennedy Calhoun, too many Kennedys. Yeah, so Kennedy Calhoun goes a little short there as we head to the half with the score at the current time, 38-27. We see two teams still kind of, I wouldn't say feeling out each other, but we see a St. Louis team that feels really comfortable in their skin right now.
Oh, yeah.
And we see a Bonaventure team that's trying to get comfortable in their skin. And so far, so good. We've seen two teams just kind of really going at it. But the Bonnies won't go away. They're only down by 11, 38-27.
Yeah, like you said, this St. Louis team has been here before, right? 2023 Atlantic 10 champs. They won the NIT last year. They have veteran players who know what gets it done at crunch time, and that's why they look so comfortable here in the first time.
I mean, and that's been the biggest thing. But for me, I think if you're the Bonnies, they keep attacking the basket. They're still trying to find a way to score some points against a very tough interior defense for the Billikens. And right now, we see the Billikens up by 11, and it looks like they can run away with it, but I don't want to say that just yet.
Yeah, I think if you're St. Bonaventure, you saw what made them work and climb back into the game for a second was them turning over St. Louis, right? St. Louis committed 3 turnovers, had like a 3-minute scoring drought. And if you're St. Bonaventure, whether you're shooting the ball or not, if you can get some turnovers in the second half, you will have the opportunity to climb back in this game.
Well, look, they beat this team before, so we can't let that escape. They know how to beat St. Louis. They beat them 68 to 66 in St. Louis. So it's already a tough task itself. This team, this St. Louis team, it once again just have the feels that they can make a run. You got to be careful here. Just to give you a couple things, Calhoun right now leading the way with 10 points for St. Louis. Peyton Kennedy with 9 points on the day. Tierra Simon has 7. Brooklyn Gray has 4. And Umeli has 4. And then Glanton and Wallace both have 2. For the Bonnies, you got Shaw leading the way with 10. Pettinelli has 7, Frost with 3, Richardson has 4, and Haskell has 3. And Haskell is one person I think we all want to kind of see if she can get things going in the second half.
Yeah, she's definitely going to be the one that knocks down shots. But, shout out to Zoe Shaw for battling. Her counterpart is Kennedy Calhoun, and we know that right now she's controlling the game. So if she is able to play well, she is leading the team with 10 points. That'll keep St. Bonaventure their hopes alive.
Well, we'll see what can happen here in the second half. We're going to go ahead and go to break, but we'll be back to bring you the second half of action here in about 12 minutes. So sit back, relax, go get you something to drink, get you a pop. They say up north, I think, and then down south, maybe a soda pop. I don't know. Go get you something, go relax, and we'll be back with more here on the Legacy Maker Sports Network. I'm Darrell Owens. That's Lamont Thomas. We'll be back in a little bit.
Big Jack's Cooking with Orlon Big Jack Jackson. They specialize in Southern comfort food. Orlon told us one time in a broadcast, if it's comfortable, they'll cook it. So if you're looking for amazing Southern comfort food, reach out to Big Jack's Cooking at 8830 Otterburn Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002, or by phone at 804-405-0330. You can also email Big Jack at bigjackscooking@gmail.com. Last but not least, Quality Exterior Services, LLC. Our services: lawn maintenance, gutter cleaning, pressure washing, flower bed maintenance, yard cleanup, and much more. We are licensed and insured commercially and residential. About us, services also include basic gardening tasks such as planting perennials, annuals, shrubs, and trees, lawn and garden maintenance services such as mowing, trimming, and pruning. We service the areas of Amelia, Blackstone, Chesterfield, Farmville, and all of the surrounding counties. So you can reach us at 804-591-6027. And remember, at Quality Exterior Services, LLC, your yard is our priority. Today's broadcast is being brought to you by Crossroads Community Services Board. Crossroads is having their Children's Mental Health Awareness Day, Saturday, May the 3rd, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Tom Scott Park in Amelia, Virginia. That's 16441 Five Forks Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002. This will be a day filled with free family fun, bouncy houses, face painting, popcorn, and games, plus resources for parents and much, much more. Food vendors will also be available, and the first 150 guests will receive a free meal. So make sure you come out and support the Children's Mental Health Awareness Day from Crossroads Community Services Board. Crossroads Community Services Board is one of 39 Virginia Community Services Boards. Crossroads offers community resources for mental health, developmental disability services, substance use disorder counseling, drug prevention programs, family therapists, and much more. Crossroads services the counties of Amelia, Buckingham, Charlotte, Cumberland, Lunenburg, Nottoway, and Prince Edward counties in Virginia. If you would like to reach out to the administrative services, you can reach them by mail at 60 Bush River Drive, Farmville, Virginia, 23901, or by phone at 434-392-3187. They're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Also, their national line is 866-307-0370. Any emergency services 24/7 is 800-548-1688. And if you need to reach out to the National Suicide Crisis Line, just dial pound 988. Legacy Financial Wellness with Rita Stewart. Let Rita help you safeguard your family's future while you focus on living your best life. Discover the peace of mind that comes with having the right financial plan in place. Rita Stewart is a dedicated and experienced financial professional ready to guide you on your financial journey. Her expertise lies in helping clients create a robust and enduring financial foundation to build on into the future. So you can reach out to Rita Stewart by phone at 804-677-7555, on Instagram at Money Matters and T, on the World Wide Web at LegacyFinancialWellness.com, on Facebook at Legacy Financial Wellness, or at her personal email at rita.stewart@5ringsfinancial.com. Legendary Kulture Films, one of the hottest and upcoming movie production companies, would like to let you know about a couple movies that they have out currently, and one of them on the way. First, the movie Black Sheep, currently airing on Tubi, is about a young hustler trying to make the transition from the streets, becomes an outcast and the target, and it turns into war in the city. It is a great movie. If you want to catch it, it's on Tubi right now. Another great movie that's coming to Tubi soon, Legend Has It. It's about a young warlock seeking revenge on his mother's killers, an action-packed thriller that will have you out of your seats. Legend Has It is coming soon from Legendary Kulture Films. And a new movie in development, Boys in the Woods. That should be a very interesting one coming from Legendary Kulture Films. Bernard's Towing. If you find yourself in a jam and need help getting your vehicle out of a tough situation, Bernard's Towing is there to help you get your car where you need it to be. Remember, call us once and be hooked. You can contact Bernard's Towing at 804-380-2774 or at 804-495-5111. Dream Clean LLC with Darrell Jones. They do commercial, residential, move-in/move out, post-construction, and organizational services. You can reach us at 804-933-5314. And remember, you can get a dream clean with the Dream Team. Dream Clean LLC. Big Jack's Cooking with Orlon Big Jack Jackson. They specialize in Southern comfort food. Orlon told us one time in a broadcast, if it's comfortable, they'll cook it. So if you're looking for amazing Southern comfort food, reach out to Big Jack's Cooking at 8830 Otterburn Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002, or by phone at 804-405-0330. You can also email Big Jack at bigjackscooking@gmail.com. Last but not least, Quality Exterior Services, LLC. Our services: lawn maintenance, gutter cleaning, pressure washing, flower bed maintenance, yard cleanup, and much more. We are licensed and insured commercially and residential. About us, services also include basic gardening tasks such as planting perennials, annuals, shrubs, and trees, lawn and garden maintenance services such as mowing, trimming, and pruning. We service the areas of Amelia, Blackstone, Chesterfield, Farmville, and all of the surrounding counties. So you can reach us at 804-591-6027. And remember, at Quality Exterior Services, LLC, your yard is our priority. And while you're surfing the web, why don't you head on over to the LegacyMaker Sports Network's social media pages and website. You can reach our website at www.legacymakersports.com. You can reach us on our Facebook page at LegacyMaker Sports Network, on Twitter at LegacyMakerSPN. We also know that is X. And on Instagram at LegacyMaker Sports, YouTube at LegacyMaker Sports, LinkedIn at LegacyMaker Sports Network, and on TikTok at LegacyMaker Sports. So go out there, give us a like and a subscribe, and follow us on our social media pages.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Halftime is about over, about 30 seconds left before we get things rocking and rolling. And again, once again, from the Henrico Sports and Event Center here in the beautiful Henrico, Virginia, the St. Louis Billikens hold a 38-27 lead over the St. Bonaventure Bonnies, home of Wojo. Yeah, they missed the Woj bomb, and you know he's now the general manager for the men's team. So he'll be up in D.C. next week. You know, back at his alma mater doing good things. But right now, his alma mater's in a little trouble, down by 11 to St. Louis.
Yeah, if you're St. Bonaventure, we talked about turnovers. I think the other thing you hit on the head, Darrell, is going to be points in the paint, right? St. Louis has dominated that in the first half. And other than Richardson for St. Bonaventure, we haven't seen many of the Bonnies down there. So unless they either shoot really well or they get a lot of better looks at the basket, might be a long day.
And that's going to be the tough part. If you're St. Bonaventure, they have not been able to get anything. The interior defense has been phenomenal. Gray and Glanton, they all done Simon. They've all just been pesky down low. And as soon as there is a Richardson heading to the basket, there's two Billikens there. So here we go, third quarter underway. Billikens up by 11.
They've been as scary as that mascot.
Where is it? I know it's here. Up there. I saw it.
Is it here?
It's in the crowd.
Uh-oh.
It's in the crowd. Kennedy looking inside to Glanton. And it's a little short. Great defense there by the Bonnies. Shaw will bring it up the floor. We'll get a closer look at Bonaventure this time around.
Uh-oh.
And it's taken
Kennedy.
away. Kennedy.
To the other Kennedy.
Kennedy.
Easy buckets.
Kennedy.
The Kennedy connection.
Yes.
Steal by Peyton. Up ahead to Kennedy Calhoun for the score.
40-27. 13-point lead for the Billikens. Shaw with the jumper. That one's going to be short off the front of the rim. And Peyton Kennedy will push the pace here for the Billikens. Thought about the three, changed her mind, looks inside the glance, and it gets tipped away by Frost. Calhoun working against Shaw. Oh, she uses the pick to her advantage. Can't get it to go. Frost with the rebound.
Beautiful move. This is about the second time she split the defense like that, Darrell, but she couldn't get that one to fall.
Yeah, that first one was brutal. Frost in a little trouble. Tried to kick it out. And Peyton Kennedy once again.
Gotta watch that cross-court pass because Peyton Kennedy plays the lane, and she will take off the other way as we've been looking at it.
Extremely. She waited for it. Like you can see her just anticipating the pass. And she was able to knock that one away. And it will be St. Louis basketball. Still up by 13 here in the third. 8 minutes and 39 seconds left here in the third quarter. Simon over to Gray. Gray on the wing to Kennedy at the top of the key. Takes a couple dribbles. We'll give it back to Gray. Gray now working from the top of the key. Calling out some direction. Looks for Wallace. Just inside on the wing. Oh, nice pass to Calhoun. Calhoun is having a day.
And Calhoun is so good with and without the ball, Darrell. How many times has she made a cut to the basket for her teammates to find her?
Pintinelli said, guess what? If you can do it, I can do it too. Similar play there. Using the pick to their advantage and driving to the basket.
That's a good timeout for St. Bonaventure because they've turned over the ball the last couple times, and even though they got that one to go, they probably want to talk it over before it gets out of hand. They're down 11 here.
And there was such a great move. Such a great move by Kennedy on that first one to get the basket. And then Pintinelli says, I'm going to come right back, and I can do the same thing. With 13-point lead, so look like they adjusted the score, so 42-29 with 8:04. I will say this. I think that do you think Bonaventure needs to pick up the pace? Maybe try to play the same game? Or is it too much for them?
I think it's too scary for them because if you have to weigh the ball handlers, Darrell, I think that's going to go advantage St. Louis, right?
Right?
They have the better ball handlers, so you got to be careful when you're speeding up the pace. But I'll tell you what, their defense is going to dictate whether or not they can climb back in this game. St. Louis is getting easy looks at the basket. We see Calhoun finding cut to the basket with nice layups. Everybody's just moving. Everything is flowing for St. Louis. They need to make it harder for them to score baskets, and that will allow them to climb back into the game.
Well, here's the other thing. 16 turnovers, 16 points. So St. Louis is averaging a point per turnover, and right now they're down by 13. You got to cut down on those turnovers. St. Louis is taking advantage of every single one.
Yeah, and that was my key to the game for St. Bonaventure. I knew that because of the ball handling difference, you can't turn it over versus this team because they'll make you pay.
And so far, so good. And the Bonnies, unfortunately, only 6 wins this season, 6-23. And, they've got their longtime coach and Jim Crawley, who, funny, started off at Bonnie, 16 years at Bonnie from 2000 to 2016, and he went to Providence for 7 years, and then now he's made his way back, and this is his second stint with the Bonnies. He had 258 wins that first time around. So this Bonnies team, they've got solid leadership, but so far they just haven't been able to kind of rebuild the way they would like.
Yeah, this Atlantic 10 is tough, right? It's brutal, and with a team finds themselves in the cellar, it's hard to climb out. I think now we talked about all this freshmen that he has on the team. They're very, very young. The key to this team would be if they can gel together and stay together, right? What do we say, six freshmen?
Right.
Can you imagine if that class, 3 or 4 years, if they really polished their game, they'll have a lot of chemistry over a lot of teams.
And I think that's kind of the thing. I think if they feel like if they can kind of get that going with the freshman class, there's some talent there that they could, you know, make some really big moves in the A-10 over the next couple of years. We're back from the timeout, 42-29. 13-point lead for St. Louis. 8 minutes left here in the third. Kennedy Calhoun has the basketball over to Peyton Kennedy. Back to Calhoun. Calhoun, 14 points so far. Kennedy for three. Off the rim, and it looks like Shavers had a chance at it, but it bounced off of her, and it will be St. Bonaventure basketball.
Yeah, somebody from St. Bonaventure might have stuck their hand in there, and it was last touched by St. Louis.
42-29, 7 minutes and 33 seconds left here in the third. Shaw will get it over to Frost. Frost looking cross court.
Darrell was ready to catch that.
Ready at all times. Richardson over to Frost, driving inside. A
Euro.
little contact. Ooh, nicely done by Caitlin Frost.
Euro with the left hand finish. He said, "Don't be fooled by the Canadian background."
Come on now, it's icy
I'll take it to the Europe.
They got Europe connection. It worked. You know.
That was a beautiful move.
I think they recognized the king up there, if I'm not mistaken.
There you go.
Yeah, this still works.
Overseas connection.
Yeah, overseas connection. 42-31.
Uh-oh, there's Richardson for three. No good. Rebounded by
Haskell
there.
Shavers with the rebound. 42-31, 11-point game. Kennedy takes a couple dribbles to Calhoun.
What a pass. Oh, she couldn't handle it.
It was a good thought by Kennedy Calhoun.
Wide open. She has such vision. I mean, she spent some time at Longwood. But ever since she's been on the St. Louis team, Darrell, she's a driving force.
Yeah, they got a couple of players from Longwood on this team. Tillett was also at Longwood for a while. So, you know, they were teammates for a little bit down at, not too far up the road, about 45 minutes away, or maybe an hour. If you were a Lancer.
A little contact by Wallace on Zoe Shaw. And she's going to get called for that foul there.
And they have a lot of Longwood connections because Coach Tillett, I believe, also had went to
a couple
Longwood,
players from Longwood, for sure.
So it's always like a homecoming.
Yep.
When Coach
I
Tillett
think
comes
Bree
into
Johns
town.
is one of them, the graduate.
Yep, and there's a three by Haskell. Haskell has not been able to get it going. That one bounced off the back of the rim. Last touched by
St. Louis.
Yeah, this is St. Louis basketball. No, it's last touched by St. Louis, so it's Bonaventure basketball.
Yeah, and you can tell that Haskell can't get him to go. She sets up. Oh, Zoe Shaw couldn't get it to go, but now she comes up with the rebound.
They're not taking bad shots. They're just not falling.
They're not falling, and Haskell couldn't get it to go in warm-ups coming back out, too. Strong move by Richardson, but it's no good.
She's still fighting down there.
Wallace might have got hit in the face.
And she is down to one knee.
Tough player.
Simon was going to try to help her up, but medical staff have come over.
I wonder if it might have got her in the eye. Yeah, she's okay.
I think initially it was just a little bit of a shock. Just kind of, you had one of those moments.
Right.
I'll compare it to you walking into your bedroom, you hit your foot on the corner. I know, I'm sorry. hit your foot on the corner of the bed, and then all of a sudden you're out of commission.
And you never know how bad it is.
You never know how bad
because it always stings.
You just, initially you take the heat and you just kind of lay there trying to figure it out. Then all of a sudden you're like, all right, I think I'm okay. But it hurts initially.
I gotta do a 3-part check. I gotta make sure I have my skin. Yeah. I gotta make sure the bone's not bruised.
And there's no blood.
and there's no blood. That's it.
And as long as you got those three things, you're good.
You're good to go.
So she seems to be okay. They're just checking on her on the bench. And it's a 42-31 lead here in the third.
Oh, beautiful shot.
And Yumele knocks down the three. 45-31, 14-point game for the Billikens.
That's a change for them.
And Richardson and Annamele going at it down low.
Oh, yeah.
Haskell.
There's a turnover.
As Haskell tried to get it to Richardson.
That's the difference for St. Louis, that freshman presence now they have to go along with their veterans. They're looking good.
And Umele to Kennedy. Calhoun is short.
Uh-oh. Frost has it. She's able to wrestle it away. Haskell gets it poked out into the hands of Zoe Shaw, and it's no good, but Richardson with the offensive rebound.
Richardson has worked so hard in this game.
Oh, she is. She is it for them down low.
She's got 6 points, but she has fought hard for all 6 points.
All of it. And here she goes again down low. Throws it up. Low contact, but they're just going to call out of bounds.
And, you know, the refs are kind of letting them play here.
Oh,
I mean, they have not been to the free throw line. Let's see, so right now, total in the game, 7 for 11. So not a lot of trips to the free throw line so far, but we got a 14-point lead, 45-31, St. Louis. As we head to our media timeout, we'll be back in just a second here on the LegacyMaker Sports Network. St. Louis up by 14 over St. Bonaventure.
Today's broadcast is being brought to you by Crossroads Community Services Board. Crossroads is having their Children's Mental Health Awareness Day, Saturday, May the 3rd, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Tom Scott Park in Amelia, Virginia. That's 16441 Five Forks Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002. This will be a day filled with free family fun, bouncy houses, face painting, popcorn, and games, plus resources for parents and much, much more. Food vendors will also be available, and the first 150 guests will receive a free meal. So make sure you come out and support the Children's Mental Health Awareness Day from Crossroads Community Services Board. Crossroads Community Services Board is one of 39 Virginia Community Services Boards. Crossroads offers community resources for mental health, developmental disability services, substance use disorder counseling, drug prevention programs, family therapists, and much more. Crossroads services the counties of Amelia, Buckingham, Charlotte, Cumberland, Lunenburg, Nottoway, and Prince Edward counties in Virginia. If you would like to reach out to the administrative services, you can reach them by mail at 60 Bush River Drive, Farmville, Virginia, 23901, or by phone at 434-392-3187. They're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Also, their national line is 866-307-0370. Any emergency services 24/7 is 800-548-1688. And if you need to reach out to the National Suicide Crisis Line, just dial pound 988.
All right, back here from the Henrico Sports and Event Center in Henrico, Virginia. Not too far outside of Richmond for those who like, Henrico, where is that at?
Right.
Well, we're right about 10 minutes away from the capital.
Quick inbound play. Smart play by Pettinelli to find Frost cut into the basket, and she's fouled.
Frost is heading to the free throw line. And this is Frost's second trip to the free throw line. We're shooting 56% on the season from the free throw line.
She gets that one to go.
Yeah, she knocked that one down. Frost for number 2, knocks it down.
Oh, yeah.
2 much needed shots knocked down there.
They needed that. They had no field goals in the last 2 minutes and 40 seconds. They're 0 for 7, so much needed points by the Bonnies. Look at that cutter.
It was inside, and it might have been a little bit too much movement of the feet
travel
there.
Unfortunate for Xterior.
Xterior. A little struggle there.
A lot of length, though.
But this is exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to St. Louis.
6'5" graduate.
They had a young lady, I think it was on the team before last, with Flowers.
Oh, yeah.
6'5", same build, and that's a nice little
floater by Shaw.
Yeah, Shaw gets some points up on the board.
It's a 10-point game.
They're getting closer.
Oh, Brooklyn Great misses the left-handed layup. Beautiful move to the basket.
St. Louis has to be careful here as Bonnie starts to get momentum. Richardson working inside. Kicks it out to Frost. Frost, and knocked away by Anunelli, but it's a foul.
And Billet right now is telling Anunelli and the rest of St. Louis that they got to be careful with the fouls, because if you put St. Bonaventure on the line, they can climb back into it, and it's going to take away from the quick pace.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. You got to watch out for if you're St. Louis, because Bonnie knows they know how to beat this team. And slowly but surely, they're trying to creep back in here.
See if Haskell can get going.
They can get into single digits. That would be beautiful. Richardson. Oh, behind the back. Pull up from the A10 logo, and it does not go.
Out. Beautiful move.
It was a beautiful, beautiful move. It was great, man. And now you see Wallace trying to work against Richardson. Richardson wanted to travel. Calhoun on the wing, being guarded by Haskell.
10 seconds on the shot clock.
Oh, and Wallace.
And Kennedy Calhoun wanted that so bad. She found a cut in Wallace. She is so smart. Again, with and without the basketball, she's been the catalyst to this offense today.
Yeah, it was St. Louis right now. Haven't scored in their last 2 minutes and 19 seconds. But here's the thing. St. Bonaventure has to take advantage of these St. Louis turnovers. It's been a couple here, and they have not been able to capitalize.
Yeah, they're 1 for 9 from the field goals in the last few shots. And
nice
what some space
move by Frost. With the left off the glass.
He's battling.
8-point game. That was beautifully done. Calhoun inside, up and under, and that's going to be a foul.
And that's what you can expect when St. Louis gets into trouble, is Kennedy Calhoun is going to bully her way to the basket.
And she did just that. So 8-point game, 45-37, and nice little run here for Bonnie, 6-0 run. They're crawling back into this.
Yeah, and Tiara Simon comes back in the game for St. Louis, so definitely look for her and Calhoun and Kennedy, Peyton Kennedy, that is, to get it going for St. Louis.
15 points on the day for Calhoun. Calhoun, who shoots 78% from the free throw line on the season. Knocks down the second. Back to a 10-point game, 47-37. Frost. Over to Haskell, back to Frost.
16 points.
Look at Calhoun sneaking. She
saw the
go with it. She saw the move and was able to poke it away. Shaw, 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Kennedy with the steal.
We talked about that.
They're going to say she was out of bounds. She stepped out of bounds.
Oh.
See, from here, it doesn't look out of bounds, because if you're watching our angle, I don't even see the line.
And Calhoun wanted that one back because, Peyton Kennedy wanted that back. She cut off that pass that she's done 3 or 4 times today, that cross-court pass. It was going to be an easy bucket.
She's been able to read it, so she's definitely must have been watching. She must have been watching film lately, because you can tell Kennedy's been anticipating that move, and she's been taking advantage of it. And Kennedy, look how they're just Kennedy, Team Kennedy. Team Rocket on Pokemon. No, Team Kennedy out here just giving Zoe Shaw all types of problems.
The Billiken mascot is supposed to be good luck, and it's almost like good luck for the opposing team.
He was staring at us. I don't like it. Somebody get the Billiken mascot out of here. Right now, I know he's supposed to be able to support the team. Get him out of here. For 47-37. Check it on Google. You'll understand. Shaw with the
hook shot.
sky hook.
Beautiful.
Okay. In the lane to make it an 8-point game.
Oh, behind the back. He's got to watch it.
Kennedy backing down. Pettinelli, and we got a
they're
foul.
Gonna get Frost with the reach. But she was not letting Kennedy in there with it.
Kennedy was like, "Come on, man. What you doing here? Come on."
Tough defense by both of these teams here. If you come inside with it, you better mean it.
47-39. Kennedy over to Calhoun, down low to Gray, who's been somewhat quiet in this one.
Fadeaway, no good. Rebound Haskell.
And a chance for the Bonnies to get a little bit closer.
Yeah, big possession for them here.
They can close out the third quarter. Pettinelli kicks out. Richardson. Got it.
Good.
And Richardson makes this a 6-point game.
Pettinelli is also coming up big as Calhoun drives to the basket. And they're going to call it a foul. It almost looked like that was a clean block. But they're going to get Zoe Shaw on the foul. She doesn't like it.
And once again, you called it. As soon as that basket was made, you see Kennedy Calhoun go flying down the court, trying to draw the foul.
The competitiveness in her will not allow her to get outdone.
That's no truer statement, sir.
Yeah, she's a hustler. You can tell.
I'm a hustler, babe.
Just want you to know.
Just want you to know. Calhoun will knock down the first.
Big free throws for her.
She's really good free throws.
St. Bonaventure cut the lead to 6 with 1 minute to go in the third quarter. And who else but Kennedy Calhoun to come up big with the 2 free throws here going into the fourth.
She continues having a great game. I mean, 18 points on the day.
And some pesky defense to go along with that.
4 for 4 from the free throw line. 18
There's
points.
Haskell. No good. She's still struggling from the field here. Tillett has the rebound for St. Louis.
I hate to say it, you almost want to see one more Bonaventure player step up. You need at least one more.
Yeah, they do. And Zoe Shaw has been trying, She's being outshined, but she's battling Calhoun as much as she can.
Simon and Haskell,
Haskell with the hands. What defense by Haskell on the much bigger Tierra Simon as Zoe Shaw comes down with it. Stops and pops. No good. You'd like to see her take that all the way to the hoop there.
I think she saw what was underneath the basket.
Yeah,
she thought twice about it.
She pulled up.
She was like, I think I can knock it down. And it almost went in. Calhoun Kennedy.
Oh, swatted out of bounds by Richardson. And the land of the trees.
Yeah, Calhoun straight to the basket. And now we got 1.4 seconds left here in the third. Down by 8, Bonaventure. They have fought hard in this one.
1 second left for a shot. Simon's gonna get it, and she doesn't get it off in time.
So we will head to the end of the third quarter with the score. St. Louis 49, St. Bonaventure 41. We'll be back in just a little bit here on the LegacyMaker Sports Network to bring you the fourth quarter of action.
Legacy Financial Wellness with Rita Stewart. Let Rita help you safeguard your family's future while you focus on living your best life. Discover the peace of mind that comes with having the right financial plan in place. Rita Stewart is a dedicated and experienced financial professional ready to guide you on your financial journey. Her expertise lies in helping clients create a robust and enduring financial foundation to build on into the future. So you can reach out to Rita Stewart by phone at 804-677-7555, on Instagram at Money Matters NT, on the World Wide Web at LegacyFinancialWellness.com, on Facebook at Legacy Financial Wellness, or at her personal email at rita.stewart@5ringsfinancial.com. Legendary Kulture Films, one of the hottest and upcoming movie production companies, would like to let you know about a couple movies that they have out currently, and one of them on the way. First, the movie Black Sheep, currently airing on Tubi, is about a young hustler trying to make the transition from the streets, becomes an outcast and the target, and it turns into war in the city. It is a great movie. If you want to catch it, it's on Tubi right now. Another great movie that's coming to Tubi soon, Legend Has It. It's about a young warlock seeking revenge on his mother's killers, an action-packed thriller that will have you out of your seats. Legend Has It is coming soon from Legendary Kulture Films. And a new movie in development, Boys in the Woods. That should be a very interesting one coming from Legendary Kulture Films. Bernard's Towing. If you find yourself in a jam and need help getting your vehicle out of a tough situation, Bernard's Towing is there to help you get your car where you need it to be. Remember, call us once and be hooked. You can contact Bernard's Towing at 804-380-2774 or at 804-495-5111. Dream Clean LLC with Darrell Jones. They do commercial, residential, move-in/move out, post-construction, and organizational services. You can reach us at 804-933-5314. And remember, you can get a Dream Clean with the Dream Team. Dream Clean LLC. Big Jack's Cooking.
We are back for the fourth quarter of play. 49-41, St. Louis over St. Bonaventure here in the second game of this tournament. Game 2 for us. We still got 12 to go.
Hustling. Yeah. Darrell, St. Louis was 3 for 11 in that third quarter. And just like we talked about, St. Bonaventure's defense got them back in this game. And now they're down by 8. Shot clock running down. And it's no good for Haskell again.
And Haskell continues to struggle when they really need her to get going. They're only down by 8. Somehow, with the way things have went for them today, they're somehow only down by 8.
Yeah, they have defensive spurts that have kept them in this game. They've made it really hard for St. Louis here in the second half. But they're holding on. The Billikens are holding on right now, and St. Bonaventure is doing the best they can to try to get back in it.
Haskell right now 1 for 8 on the day. They hit the 3 earlier in the game and has not been able to do anything since.
Yeah.
And 1 for 5 from the three-point line.
And Kennedy Calhoun, just like every time they're in a bind, makes a beautiful move on the baseline to end up back at the line.
And Calhoun continuing her great day, shooting 79% on the season from the free throw line, and she knocks down another.
Closing in the 20 points here.
What a day.
Kennedy Calhoun. And she's done it so effortlessly, Darrell. Like, a lot of times she's just cutting to the basket, moving without the ball, points off of turnovers. She's doing everything that St. Louis needs to will a victory.
It's always a Kennedy.
Always.
It's always a Kennedy. Shaw with the floater. That one hits off the back of the rim. Rebound by Simon.
Yep. St. Louis controlling these boards, too.
Calhoun will head up the floor. Kenny swings it over to Wallace. Wallace drives in between the legs, backs back up. Haskell guarding Wallace. Kennedy inside to Johns, and Johns will put it in for 2.
Nice find by Kennedy.
53-41, 8 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the fourth. Shaw to Frost here in the corner. Back to Pintinelli. Over to Haskell. Now Robinson 4. We'll kick it out to the top to Frost, who drives on.
And one.
Ooh, nicely done by Frost.
Ooh. She let Simon know about it, too.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Scream and one.
I'm here. 10-point game, but beautifully done. Just driving right down the right side, off the glass, takes the contact, and puts it in for 2. And with a chance to make it a 9-point game. And Bonaventure has not been able to get past that 8-point mark. They're still trying to break that threshold. Only been down by 8. If they can get in that mix, and they just haven't been able to do it.
As Frost misses the free throw, it's still going to remain a 10-point game for now.
53-43, Wallace over to Calhoun. Calhoun looked like she was going to take the Simon pick with a nice dish over to Kennedy. Peyton Kennedy, 55-43.
I think that's a timeout as looks like Bree Johns might have been poked in the eye or hit in the face. She's going to have to come out.
Yeah, the training staff's going to check in on her. It looks like they brought Ann Umeli back in the contest. 55-43, 8 minutes and 5 seconds left in the fourth. Haskell, little pump fake over there to Frost. And now Richardson, who's had a solid game, been a little quiet the last couple of minutes. The St. Louis defense is cranked up. And
there she goes.
Kennedy Calhoun with the steal. All the way behind,
behind the back with the left hand. Let's go. And St. Louis is fired up.
Wow. What a play by Kennedy Calhoun.
That's going to be the accent of the game, most likely.
Boy, what a play. That was beautifully done. Behind the back.
Bounce pass.
You know what? It's just the Kennedy connection. She felt there was another Kennedy in the presence, and a great play to make this a 57-43 game. What a play.
That's the chemistry of the St. Louis team that sets them apart from a lot of teams in this tournament. You know, they've played together for a while now. They know where each other's going to be, right? So unselfish and so poised by Kennedy Calhoun to not only get the steal, but instead of rush the layup like we've seen her do in previous years, she waited for her teammate to get down the court, do the perfect behind the back bounce pass, and Peyton Kennedy finishes with the left hand there.
We said it earlier, it's been the Kennedy show. 33 points combined from Team Kennedy. Peyton Kennedy with 13 points, 5 from 11 from the field, 3 for 7 from three-point land, with 5 rebounds and 2 assists. Then we look at Kennedy Calhoun. She's got 20 points, 7 for 12 from the field. She's 7 for 12 from the field, 0 from 2 from behind the arc, but 6 for 6 from the free throw line. Like you said earlier, she's been able to get to the basket and make things happen every single time. If she picks up a foul, goes to the free throw line, knocks down the free throws.
Yeah, and each of these two are leading the team with 2 assists, but it doesn't tell the story, Darrell, because a lot of times these two are the ones making the last pass before the assist, right? And because both of them have such a high IQ, they're finding their teammates in the perfect spots to be able to make plays for St. Louis.
Well, so far, St. Louis has been able to take advantage of it. They've done a really good job of just keeping the Bonnies off bay. And every time the Bonnies gotten close, St. Louis slowly just kind of pushes it back out. And, I mean, St. Bonaventure has not been able to get any closer than 8 points, and they just can't. They just haven't been able to do it. They still got 7 minutes to try to make a run here, but St. Louis, when they're going defensively, it's kind of tough to stop them.
Yeah, and I think with all of this experience, and Coach Bill is got the Billikens with their foot on the gas here, and they know that they're just a couple minutes away from going to the next round and trying to make a push just like they did last year.
Yeah, and looking at a team like UMass awaits the winner of this one. That'll be the 5 o'clock game tomorrow.
That'll be a good game because UMass is a team that tries to take care of the ball. They're very, very smart and strategic, whereas this team right here in St. Louis, they're just going to punch you in the mouth.
Right.
So that'll be an excellent matchup. We're still 7 minutes, 30 seconds away, and 38 seconds away from possibly either them or St. Bonaventure punching that ticket.
And it'll be a good one down the stretch here. I still think St. Bonaventure could make a run. But the question is, can they pull it off? Can they make this happen against a St. Louis Billikens team that seems to just have all the answers at the right time? 57-43. 7 minutes and 33 seconds left here in the fourth. Oh, ball's popped away. Simon. Kennedy. Calhoun to the basket, and it's going to roll off the left side. Haskell with the rebound, and here comes Frost. Frost will slow it up and kick it back out to Haskell. 1 for 8 on the day for Haskell. Still trying to get it going here, and not saying it's not possible, but she's got to get going soon.
And for her not scoring a lot of points, what a beautiful move by Frost inside. Haskell has 9 rebounds, and she's one of the smallest, if not, one of the smallest people on the court. So she's finding ways to impact the game. It's
like Westbrook point guard statistics, you know?
She's very aggressive in getting that ball.
57-45.
And Unelli.
And her three will hit off the right side, and it will stay.
It's going to be St. Bonaventure's ball.
Oh, yep, St. Bonaventure.
Yeah, they had the position there.
So 6 minutes, 40 seconds, 12-point lead for the Billikens.
We'll see if St. Bonaventure can get it to 10, or maybe try to cut it to single digits here. There's 6 minutes and 40 seconds left in this, and this is going to be their last hurrah to try to steal this victory away.
Shaw hands it off to Haskell. And Haskell will take a couple dribbles to her left, to her right, then kicks it out to Robinson and Ford. Ford, little pump fake back to Haskell for 3. And that one felt rushed. Almost stolen there by Shaw.
Pass.
Yeah, Shaw came flying, trying to poke that one away. .57-45, 6 minutes, 14 seconds here in the fourth. Tillett back in the game for St. Louis, brings it up the floor, over to Gray. And Umeli.
Give it First to Wallace. Step by Wallace.
Ooh.
No good.
Here comes Shaw, rebound. Shaw was looking for help, but she decides to take it herself off the front of the rim. Good move, just couldn't get it to fall.
And that's going to go off of Robinson Ford.
And those are the ones, Lamont, that they're going to have. They have to have those opportunities and take advantage of them. And right there, Shaw had a good chance at it, just couldn't get it to fall.
Yeah, and St. Bonaventure now under the 40% from the field here. They were over 40% in the first half.
57-45. Shavers looking for Gray. Gray back to Tillett. Inside to Shavers using that elbow. And then there's another offensive foul call here in this tournament. Got quite a few so far.
Yeah, that's a high elbow there by Shavers. It's going to go back to St. Bonaventure.
57-45. 12-point game, 5 minutes, 15 seconds left, and time is running out for St. Bonaventure. Haskell looking inside to Robinson Ford, back to Haskell on the wing. Frost at the top, over to Shaw. Shaw makes a move to the basket, floats it. Oh, and it just won't go.
And she almost laughs, right? Because it's been happening to them all game long.
And Umeli looking inside. Tillett had it, kicks it out to Gray. Gray with the
oh my gosh.
Ball, she couldn't get it to fall.
Beautiful move.
Off the glass. And a rebound here by Frost.
Scoring drought by both teams as nobody has scored a field goal in over 2 minutes here. And that one's gonna go back to St. Louis as Frost loses the handle.
Sloppy play here the last couple of minutes from both teams. And I can tell you right now, Coach Crawley and Coach Tillett can't be extremely happy with what they've seen from their teams here in the last couple of minutes. 4 minutes, 12 seconds left here in the fourth. Bring it over to Wallace. And Umele, jumper. Won't
Nice looking
fall.
jump shot, no good. Saved by Shavers. Her and Richardson are battling down there.
Still a 12-point game, and St. Bonaventure hasn't been able to do anything to get closer here in this last couple of minutes, and then we got a foul.
Tell you what, Frost has been playing really hard for St. Bonnie. Caitlin Frost, 13 points. She's 5 for 6 from the field, and she's taken everything that St. Louis has got, inside, outside. She's just trying to will this team and hang on. But she's also missed a lot of free throws in this game.
Yeah, not a solid free throw shooter. 56% on the season.
And she's 2 for 6 now. So it's a little bit more than 33%. She hits that one. 57-46, St. Louis over St. Bonaventure. 3 minutes and 42 seconds here in the fourth quarter as time winds down.
Yeah, if you're Bonaventure, it's got to happen now.
Oh, yeah.
It's got to happen now.
And I'll tell you what, in that 3 to 4 minute drought, Darrell, no Kennedy Calhoun on the floor, right? Or Peyton Kennedy for that matter for St. Louis. And that was your ample time to get back in the game. But now, Tiara Simon at least comes back in. And St. Louis is looking to close it out. Uh-oh. That might be a 5-second violation. It is.
Yeah, they were there for a minute.
And that's what happens with Simon when she doesn't have, you know, her known guards in the game with the 2 Kennedys on the bench, right?
Mm-hmm. So with both Kennedys on the bench, we have a timeout here with 3:25. St. Louis up by 11. They're closing in on a trip to the second round where UMass awaits the winner of this one. We'll be back here in just a second on the LegacyMaker Sports Network. (57-46), 11-point game. Back from the timeout, and we got maybe an issue with the clock here. Saw the referee point and say, "Hey, man, clock." So, I don't know if the shot clock was supposed to be reset and it wasn't.
Yeah, something up with the clock they're checking out here.
So they head over to the table to try to figure it out. I heard a fan say the referee's checking his Twitter. That's great. Trying to see if he got any likes. It's hilarious right there.
Oh, man.
You gotta love the fans. You gotta love the fans.
That's wild.
Coach Tiller doesn't look happy.
She doesn't.
They're showing her on the big screen, and she doesn't look thrilled at all.
Yeah, I don't think she's happy with the last couple of minutes. Darrell, she knows that they kind of let their foot off the gas, but if they can close it out here, they'll be moving on. Simon for the jumper. Oh.
Yeah, and you gotta, and I think part of it is you want to see your team that's not, you know, your stars that are hot, kind of, you know, pull through for you. And yes, they're up, but still, they want to. I think she wants to see a efficient ball. Here comes Richardson inside. She lost control of it, almost got it back, but it will stay with Bonaventure. It bounced off of Shavers.
Yeah, and the two of them playing against each other have been very physical down low.
Yes, it has.
They've been jockeying for position all day long.
I think both ladies will need ice packs after this one. Peyton Kennedy back in the game.
Kennedy Calhoun is guarding Patinelli up top.
Shaw working against Wallace. And it will stay here. Got a foul on the floor. That one's against Calhoun. But about 40 minutes away, depending on how this one ends, from VCU versus LaSalle, as the Rams will try to get some redemption after last year's exit, in the quarterfinals.
Three's no good by Richardson.
Looked like it kind of pushed to the left a little bit with the miss. Calhoun, 20 points on the day. Leading all scores. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the fourth. Wallace in a little trouble there. It's Haskell.
Swarming defense.
Yeah, Haskell and Shaw are right there.
Haskell's going to pick up her 4th foul. Not her best day today. 1 for 9. 4 turnovers. She's got 4 fouls, but she's still been playing hard. Like we said, she leads the team. The smallest one on the team has 9 rebounds, so she's doing everything she can to try to impact this game.
Yeah, and it's a tough one. I mean, especially being a senior, trying to fight hard for this potential last game.
Oh, no good by Anunelli, but rebound, guess who?
Calhoun. And she continues her amazing day.
Uh-oh, she gets in trouble, loses it on the ground, and that's going to be a backcourt violation.
1 minute, 59 seconds left, about a minute 59 away from a win here for St. Louis if they can hold on.
That's going to be another foul.
It's been a very physical game.
Oh, yeah.
Especially from our end. I mean, from what we've seen on our side of the court, it has been extremely physical. A lot of bodies hitting the floor.
I don't know if the refs know when to blow the whistle because, these young ladies are getting after it.
So Shaw at the free throw line knocks it down. Shaw's got 13 points on the day. Shaw shoots 82% from the free throw line.
Ah, you jinxed her.
Yeah, I know. Broadcaster jinx just all the time here from this guy. It's bad, guys.
It happens.
It happens more than I like. I be feeling bad. I almost want to send an apology letter to the team and say, hey, look, it's my fault. It's my fault that this happened.
Well, from a team standpoint, they're 56%, so haven't shot it well from the free throw line today. St. Louis has not missed a free throw.
Impressive. And Umeli.
Uh-oh. She's robbed by Shaw.
Shaw has
Haskell
for 3. Got it!
And the senior is not quitting without a fight.
They're only down by 7.
It's a 7-point game right now.
They've been needing that from her, Lamont.
Yeah, they have. And look, she presses up on defense on Tillett.
She's got to be
as
careful.
she knows it's now or never.
Minute 15. Tillett. And Umeli. Back to Tillett.
7 seconds on the shot clock.
It's critical. Kennedy to Umeli.
And that's the one.
That's what they
finally
needed.
gets it to go. And that's probably going to be the dagger right there, Darrell.
Yeah, they needed another stop. Shaw. And that one goes out of bounds.
And Unelli had missed her last 3 three-point attempts. And that one she gets to go.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. 60-50.
I don't know what's more impressive, her knocking down that shot or Peyton Kennedy making that extra pass for her to get that shot off and trusting her to make that one.
Yeah, you can go either way on that one. 42 seconds left, 10-point lead for the Billikens. The Minute Women await the winner. 60-50 as they slow it up a little bit. They dump it inside to Peyton Kennedy. Kennedy, from the elbow over the. They had a vision. They had a vision that was
Saw
spoiled by offensive.
that pick and roll.
Yeah, they had a vision there.
That pick and roll was beautiful. We got nullified by that offensive foul. And who did they call that on?
Didn't see.
I think it might have been Calhoun's because she has 4 fouls now. There's an elbow in there.
So here we go. Looks like we'll see St. Louis take on UMass tomorrow in the 5 o'clock slot. UMass, who've had a, solid season in the conference, 11-7 in the conference, but they went 16-13 overall. So they winners of 1 in a row. So they won one on a 1-game win streak. But right now, if you're St. Louis or if you're UMass, do you really want to see this St. Louis team?
Nobody wants to see this St.
like,
Louis team right now. Again, veteran experience, championship experience. The difference for UMass is they do have a few rookies here. Freshman Yamani Mikhail from Staten Island. She's been a bright spot for this team. So she's had some good games here. But, man, that's going to be a challenge. Anybody seeing St. Louis is going to be a challenge here.
It is that. And then in the one meeting that they did have, UMass won by looks like they won by 17, 72-55. So UMass knows how to beat this St. Louis team.
Oh, yeah.
But like I said, when this St. Louis team is like this, it's a tough team to stop.
I'm interested to see that game because, like I said, UMass is a disciplined team, right?
Yeah.
So that versus the punch you in the mouth style. Oh, my gosh.
Haskell took that from way downtown. That was Steph Curry range.
Kennedy Calhoun's going to dribble this ball out. And she's probably going to do it with a smile on her face. She's played an excellent game. 20 points, 2 assists, great defense.
And I hate to see Haskell walk off the floor in tears, and that's tough. I mean, when you're a senior, you know that this is your final game, and it's a really tough goal. Really tough season for St. Bonaventure. They finish up 6-24, and I know Coach Crawley will have a way to try to bounce this team back, and they got a lot of good young freshmen on this team.
Yeah. Haskell, of course, the emotions coming out with her. Everything she's put in, to this program. Didn't finish the way she liked, but she's got nothing to hang her head about. I mean, she gave it all she could.
She really did. And, now you're looking at a St. Louis team that is ready to continue things. They've played really, really well. There were times where it may have looked a little shaky, but they really handled this game. They had control for the majority of this game, if not all.
Yeah, St. Louis is a team that has the, as we keep saying it, the pedigree to win, and to win in these tournaments and in big games. And so they're not a stranger to it. And UMass and the rest of the A-10 better look out, because if they let them loose, St. Louis will win until somebody makes them stop.
And that's the thing. We saw it last year. They went on a run. They had a really good second, pretty much from the tournament on. And, yes, they get to the semifinals, and they win the WNIT. So they're just a veteran team that knows how to grind it out when the things get tough. And looking at a couple things, we're waiting right now to see who will be coming to interview with us. But while we wait on that, give you a couple of highlights in here. Kennedy Calhoun, 20 points. She goes 7 for 13 from the field, over 2 for 3, but 6 from the free throw line. Very critical. Every time, like you said, every time she got to the basket, she did what she needed to do. She, some type of foul or something, and she was able to get some things done. And I think we got Calhoun. I don't know if she's coming our way or not, but it looks like it may be Kennedy Calhoun.
Okay.
But we see a very, very, very great game by Calhoun with her 20 points. Then Peyton Kennedy gets 13 points, 5 for 11, 3 for 7 from the three-point line. Those threes came early, but they were big.
Her whole play, Darrell, 28 minutes that she gave was very important for the St. Louis team. I mean, she had 6 rebounds, 2 of them being offensive. And, again, if she wasn't making assists, she was the pass away from the assist. So definitely made a large contribution, and all those steals that she had in this game. 3 steals as well.
Yeah, and that's is what this St. Louis team is going to need. That's what they're going to need from this team. And Umeli comes in with 10 points. Gray only 4, but she still was productive on other fronts defensively. Glanton had 2. Wallace had 2. She, another one that had a really good defensive game. May not look like it in the stats, but did a good job overall. And then Johns also had 2. Then we saw Pettinelli. She had 9 for St. Bonaventure. Frost led the way for the Bonnies with 14 points. Shaw had 13. 5 for 17 from the field. I think her numbers kind of deceiving a little bit because she did fight hard out there for this St. Bonaventure team.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in the defensive, you know, efforts that they gave, she was large on that front, right?
Right.
She had some spurts where she slowed St. Louis down and Calhoun down enough for St. Bonaventure to climb back in. We saw them break the double digits a few times. They even got as close as, what, 6?
Yep.
I think it was. And you know, she did everything she could, but her shots weren't falling today.
And see that, and that's the tough part. You want everything to kind of go your way, and when it doesn't, it doesn't. So, you know, we do, as we wait for Kennedy Calhoun to come down, we got VCU and LaSalle coming up next. It should be a really good matchup. They had a battle. They had a battle the day before yesterday, or last Saturday, where it was 61-60. VCU coming up a little bit short. But this VCU team has some players on there that have been around for a while. Players like Grace Hudson, who's been there for at least, I believe, 4 or 5 years. She's been there for a long. She's a senior this time around. Also, you know, players like Izzy. We've seen her and how well she's played over the time. And then who wants to call her a girl? But she's close to our heart. One of the people that we interviewed back last year at the A-10 Media Day in Mikel Parent.
Oh, yeah. You know, she's the heart and soul of this team. And like you said, a few veterans, a few, you know, upperclassmen, and they're doing their best they can to, you know, to make the most out of this and playing, you know, close to home. So we'll see what VCU has to bring. Kennedy Calhoun from the St. Louis Billikens. We have Kennedy Calhoun. How you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, just going to ask you a few questions.
Yes.
You guys have a championship pedigree. The way you finished in 23, we're looking at, you know, the way the NIT went last year. Your veteran pedigree is showing. How did that chemistry bring you guys to the win today?
Great question. You know, I think we've been here before. So we try to hone in on that and really that experience to just try to attack and advance as we move forward. So I think just that veteran leadership and experience that we have can really propel us in this tournament.
Well, you definitely bring that. Very aggressive on the defensive end. You know, you really slowed down, you know, Haskell on the other side. Just talk about you guys' defensive mentality and how Billet has you guys, you know, locking up.
Yes, great question. We talk a lot as a team about dictating, disrupting on the defensive side. So we know once we do that, it really shuts people down. And kudos to her. She's a really good player, and we know she was one of the keys to this game. So really trying to slow her down and just dictate and disrupt all of their players.
All right, you get a shot at UMass tomorrow. I know you're looking forward to it. You guys have had some battles in the past, and because you guys have been here before, what do you guys think is going to go different this time?
Great question. Just leaning on our experience, and you know, this path we getting to redo some games that we wanted back in the past. So I think it's just an exciting time. I love tournament time. We all do. We crave pressure, so it's exciting.
You guys are having fun. Good luck out there.
Thank you.
All right, good game.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. There you have it, guys. Kennedy Calhoun from the St. Louis Billikens as they defeat the St. Bonaventure Bonnies 60-50 in the first round of the Atlantic 10 tournament here. Man, 2 games in of the 14.
They've been some doozies so far, man. I mean, we've been able to see some really good games so far. Yes, sometimes you're like, well, what do you mean? Look at the score. No, they've been tough, physical games, and we got a chance to see 2 really tough physical games, and I think we're going to see a third one here when LaSalle takes on VCU. Well, everybody, thank you all once again for joining us for another broadcast. 2 down, 12 to go. We got one more left in this first round, and then we'll get ourselves set up for tomorrow. We got 4 big ones tomorrow starting at 11 a.m. all the way up. We'll be here till 10. We'll be here for a while tomorrow, but we got some fun ones coming up for you tomorrow. But we'll be back in just a few minutes. See you in 24 minutes as the VCU Rams, the 11 seed, take on the number 14 seed LaSalle Explorers. I'm Darrell Owens, Lamont Thomas.
8-10 coming at you.